Go.
Well, I am John Eccles, floor leader for the Oklahoma House of Representatives, and welcome to Between Two Chambers. I'm here with my friend, Leader Greg Treat.
Hi, I'm Greg Treat. I don't represent. I guess I senator. It's like I tried to say in the meeting.
Senatory.
I senator for Senate District 47. I'm glad to be here today with you.
Well, we're excited to kick this off. This is our fourth week. Feels like it's the fourth week going on the 20th so far. We have had an incredibly, probably a historically efficient first 4 weeks in the Oklahoma House of Representatives. We have heard 74 bills off the House floor already. Extremely important bills, things like the Real ID, the CRNA bill, some protections of private property, some of the bills we've been talking about in this past. We have hit the ground running in a way that we have not done in the past, and we're very proud of that. As a matter of fact, Senator, we've hit the ground running so hard, I think there's a chance we're going to get out a day early this cycle.
Like I said before we started filming, welcome to the party. The Senate, unfortunately, we've always been the efficient one, but with your leadership, you're getting there, and Speaker McCall, where you're actually running a lot of bills. I actually don't know the stats. You may know the stats for the Senate. We've run quite a few bills off the floor, probably not 74. We really put the brakes on this week because it was deadline week, and if bills did not get out of the House of origin, or Senate bills didn't get out of the Senate committees, or House bills didn't get out of the House, they're dead.
That's right.
For this year. And so this was an extremely busy week of committee work.
That's right.
We did a lot more criminal justice reform. We did some more wind reform. I ran a bill this week to deal with long laterals to try to create more jobs in the oil field here in Oklahoma. There were several bills to do that. Just a really busy week. And this week we got, as promised, as we've talked the previous 3 weeks, got Real ID to the governor's desk, and she signed that on Thursday.
Yeah, that's right. And when we knocked on doors, when our members did, when we talked to our constituents, we've heard they want the legislature to get busy doing important things. I believe we've done just that. We've got the Real ID bill done. The Senate was gracious enough to take that out of time, hear it early, get that to the governor's desk. We are going to send over a wind proposal to the Senate, which is the most aggressive wind proposal that will have ever been run on the floor of the House of Representatives.
Aggressive in saving money.
That's
not
exactly right.
Giving away money.
That's exactly right.
Yes.
And ending all subsidies, letting the industry stand on its own effective July 1st. You've heard it here. It will not end the wind industry in the state of Oklahoma. What it will do is in the giveaways.
Yes, and I hear that the minority leader over there took a few shots at you. He's a good friend of mine from college. I love him. But saying that you're not very efficient, it sounds like you've been pretty efficient and gotten some real substantive stuff done.
I think what he meant was he's voted against all the efficiencies we've had so far. For example, the end of the July 1st. And we kid in there, so for the viewers, Leader Inman is a good friend. He and I disagree. I just got done telling people, though, he's a worthy adversary. But the stats show we are moving very efficient in the Oklahoma legislature. That wind deal's a big deal. Well, that Real ID bill's a big deal.
It's kind of the job of the minority to say we're not doing anything.
Absolutely. There's no doubt.
And I worked for the minority at one point, and we always said they didn't do anything. No, I was telling the truth.
That's right. That's part of it.
No, Leader Inman is a good friend of mine, very smart guy.
That's right.
But I guess he's
wrong.
He doesn't think we should be passing the things that we've been passing so far. The Real ID reform. I'm playing.
That's right. The Real ID reform. We passed some tax credit reforms out of committee today. We're moving in an aggressive direction, and the next step is, and I know you're doing the same thing. So people want to know what's going on with the budget. What is going on with the budget is we whipped our caucus, and our caucus sent us a clear priority. They want to look at the spending issue. They want to look at spending, determine what we're doing, look at apportionments, look at tax credits. We'll look at revenue-raising measures, but only after we've looked at our expenses.
We're in agreement, and like I said last week, good thing it has to start over there.
I know that breaks your heart.
It does. It does. Now, on personal agenda things are moving well legislatively. All the ideas we've talked about in the past. Criminal justice reform continues to be on track. I very much enjoy working with Representative O'Donnell from my hometown of Catoosa, even though I represent Oklahoma City. Part of me still in Catoosa, and Representative O'Donnell's been great to work with, as well as Representative Biggs over there to try to move on criminal justice reform.
That's right. And the update on House Bill 1482, just as we explained a week ago, that just because a bill is authored that way, the process is hard, it takes time. I think we're going to show the process works. I think there's going to be significant amendments some amendments that will get rid of and very restrict the areas so it's limited strictly to drug-free schools and nothing else, and far more restrictive, complies with what the will of the people is, which we've stood for. You and I have both stood for, and I've said the will of the people is to be smart on crime. That's what they want. They see it as a humanitarian issue and a fiscal conservative issue.
Another thing that happened this week, just a matter of reporting, the education savings account that we've talked about the previous 2 weeks was laid over in committee, so that means it's effectively dead for this session. But we're going to continue to talk about education reform, education funding, trying to get teacher pay up. And we've got a busy few weeks in front of us to try to get all those bills that came out of committee off the floor. If we hear every bill that came out of the Senate committees, I'm told that we need to hear 33 bills legislative day to get everything done. That's assuming every bill gets heard.
And if we hear every bill that gets through, assuming we take 2 days off, because as I've committed to get done 2 days early, it's 30 bills a day in the Oklahoma House of Representatives. That's a very doable number. That's an aggressive number. What that means is no late night sessions for the first time since I've been a member, no procedural moves to move bill forward. We're going about the people's business in a very efficient and effective manner, and I really think it's going to pay dividends.
I'll believe it when I see it.
That's right. Hey, it's live, so you can hold me accountable.
Yes. Sounds good. I think we've covered most of the bases for this week, and appreciate you joining us for the fourth episode Between Two Chambers. Thank you, Representative Echols, for your work over there, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
We're very excited. Thank you.